Actually, if you don't find your purpose before entering into a relationship, you can't avoid being abused. Right? Because in the process of being discovered by another person, right, the person gives you a purpose that may not be your purpose. It just feels like this thing looks like a table.
And you might not even feel fulfilled in it.
Exactly, and that's why there are so many abuses in a relationship.
True.
Yeah, the Bible says that one shall chase 1,000, and two shall put 10,000 to flight. But the danger of being in a relationship where purpose is not defined, or where purpose is not really
It reduces the
a
impact.
main thing. All right, instead of even chasing 1,000 or 10,000 together, you may not even be able to chase one.
True. Hello.
Hi.
Are you in a relationship and you're feeling bored, or you don't even feel fulfilled in the relationship, or in fact you don't even know where the relationship is heading? Well, I believe this video is for you. So in this video we are going to be talking about one major thing. A lot of people don't talk about it, but we believe this thing will help you have a fulfilling relationship. So welcome to Sparkles of Love. This is Sparkles of Love with Mr. and Mrs. V. In this video, we're going to be talking about one major thing. I know you're curious. What's that thing that can make my relationship fulfilling?
Major thing.
All right. So, what is it really?
One major thing.
What is it?
All right. That one major thing.
Yeah.
Is the place of purpose.
Purpose
in your relationship.
Purpose. Yeah. And I'm sure you're wondering, purpose. Okay. That sounds big. What is purpose? We would like to start from there. What is purpose?
Well, very simple.
Okay.
Purpose is purpose. Okay. Purpose is the original intention.
True.
All right, or the original reason why something exists.
True. The original reason why. So, for instance, a chair, like the chair we are sitting on, was created for sitting, right?
Exactly.
That's the purpose.
Yeah.
And that's what we expect for it. So everything or everyone has a purpose.
Yeah. So there are different principles for purpose, but I believe that is quite fundamental. Understanding that I have a purpose.
True.
She has a purpose.
True.
And when we come together, all right, to have fulfillment, all right, I need to respect the fact that we both have our purposes and that we need to work together as a team.
True.
All right. Yeah.
True. So that brings me to my next point, right? So before getting into a relationship, right?
Yeah.
One has to discover purpose.
Definitely.
That means you must know your purpose. You must know the reason why you're here on earth, right?
Actually, if you don't find your purpose before entering into a relationship, you can't avoid being abused. Right?
True.
Because in the process of being discovered by another person, right, the person gives you a purpose that may not be your purpose. It just feels like this thing looks like a table.
And you might not even feel fulfilled in it.
Exactly, and that's why there are so many abuses in a relationship.
True.
Yeah.
It might not necessarily even be physical abuse, but when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. I believe every of your ideas and investments and everything about initiatives, I believe it's all streamlined to one thing, which I believe is
let me see if you get it.
which I believe is building people, like building men. Help me.
Well, just my name,
Not just that, babe.
Really?
Even, I believe even before you came, even before the whole love umbrella thing came into the picture, for me, I used to see you as someone who, like I said, invest in people. So I used to believe that your purpose was in that line, or is in that line, such that you can raise generations, you can groom men, this kind of thing. So that was it for me. And then love umbrella came into the picture, you get.
I see.
So I understand the love aspect, but much more than that. I believe it's in grooming and building people.
Well, I agree with you. No addition. I would just say that even love itself goes out for people. It believes in people and wants to see the best of people. So I would just say that was an aspect of me that was going on. So over to me, right?
Yes, over to you. My own is obvious.
We can skip?
No skipping.
Alright, you said yours is obvious.
Yes, I believe.
Maybe I would say that what I consider your purpose, of course, aside the general one, which we know is to see people established, families established,
True.
families bonded with love and all that. I also believe it feels you have like an assignment to just see order in places, like things well planned and well arranged. You know, like just when we're walking on the road and we're like, no, we shouldn't pass that place, we shouldn't pass that place, we should walk like this and all that. It could be annoying, but what can we do? Right? What do you
Yeah,
think about
of
that?
course. You know, I remember, if you remember, that I went into interior designing at some point, and I can't remember if I even got the certificate. It was just my desire, you know. It's beyond the interior design. It's a broad this thing. I just like seeing things organized, you know.
So you may want to look at a relationship and ensure, all right, that purpose is being understood.
True.
And,
Even you as yourself,
Yeah.
look at yourself. Do I know why I was created? So now that brings me to my next point. So how do one discover purpose?
Well, simple enough. If you are a Christian, we are Christians.
Yeah, we are
All right,
Christians.
so we point you back. All right, the Bible says that I know the plans that I have for you.
True.
They are plans of good and not of evil to bring you to an expected end.
Expected end.
All right, so that means before we all came, all right, to this earth, there was already a programming that took place. All right, just like computers are programmed, your phone is programmed with certain capability. The programming of a phone or a computer, they are programmed to do certain activities or certain to perform certain tasks, and it's like impossible for them, all right, or it will be difficult for them to do that which they have not been programmed for. So understanding purpose or finding purpose is like asking that why, what have I been programmed for? Because it is in finding that thing that you actually find your fulfillment and the things that gives you joy. Yeah.
So in summary, you're saying that to find purpose, we ask God.
Yeah.
God is our creator. He knows why he created us. And you know, when we ask him, pray about it now, it gives pointers. Now, you don't have to know it all at once, 100% like, oh, this is what I was made for, you know. You can know it little by little, precept upon precept, but then it gives pointers. Those pointers can come as desires, you know, passion. It can come as dissatisfaction about something. Those could be pointers that God is showing you, you know. But then you remember, I think we talked about it. You have to keep serving, you know. While you're serving, you get to see pointers that oh, I think this is God is trying to point me to something. So
definitely, I totally agree with that.
So,
and you can also talk about it too, like maybe if you're in a relationship, you should not just assume that this is the purpose of this person, all right, from time to time, because this thing called purpose, of course, it doesn't change, but it is revealed in phases. It becomes clearer as you grow. So you want to have an ongoing conversation about it always.
True. Okay, so that brings us to our next point. We are still talking about purpose, right? Importance of purpose in a relationship. Purpose helps. It increases our admiration for one another, or attraction for one another. Yes. For instance, I remember before we got married, this is just one of the things I like though. I remember your ability to make friends easily.
Really?
Yes, I remember back in Ibadan. I remember you coming to visit me, and then from a distance I see you talking to people. You don't even know these people from other house. How come you've just made one friend, made another, and after you're done with what you're doing, I'm done with what I'm doing, and then you start talking about this person you chatted with, I'll be like, okay, you don't even know them. Some of them I've not really even interacted with them, but then you come just one day and boom, you are talking with them, you know. So I liked that fact that you were really, really friendly, and I still like that about you.
Well, I don't know if I'm friendly. All I just know is I like to consider everybody as a friend. I wanted to re-answer the question now very briefly. This seems to be useful, but in light of purpose.
Well, that's very big for me. You know how big it is for me. First of all, one of the things I really admire about you is your desire to invest in people, and I believe it's a really good leadership skills. You know, you when you meet people and you get close to people, not just people, even organizations, you want to serve, you want to invest. You want to put in your all, although sometimes it can be so draining. You know? It can be draining.
For me or for you?
Both for you and for me. Because sometimes I'll be like...
my desire to serve drains you too?
It does sometimes. Okay. It does sometimes, because I'm like, you're putting yourself all out. Why are you stressing yourself over this person, you know, or over this thing? But it's a really, really good thing. It's at the long run, it's rewarding, because I believe service is everything. Jesus coming to earth is a form of service. You know, he said that whoever is greatest, or will be the least, or something. Will be the least, or will be the one to serve. Him washing the feet of his disciples. So it's a really, really good leadership skills, and that in itself, when we met, I remember you invested into me really, and it helped give my purpose focus.
Well, thank you.
So you now say your own. I've been the one
there are also lots of things that
there
are a lot of things that I like about you, but just like I always say, we started Love Umbrella before we started our relationship.
Yes,
right?
yeah, true, that's true.
So for the fact, I'm not sure I've really started, I know I've started some initiatives before then, right? But I'm not sure I've really worked closely, with the opposite sex before then. Alright, so for us to have really been able to work together, for that period of time, come to that agreement, have such a quality of conversation on about life purpose and all that. Even though I wasn't interested, but then there was this audience that you gave, and I can see the willingness to learn and to walk on the waters. Alright, yeah, that means a lot, and I can say that that's been a consistent quality. There are a lot of other things, of course, but for now, let me stop there.
True.
All right. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
You're welcome, baby.
So I believe purpose can help admiration, influences one's admiration for one another.
And I also need to add that purpose also helps you to amplify your impact.
True.
All right. Let's take, for instance, if you're meant to build 1,000 schools in your lifetime, all right. If you do that with more people, all right, that have similar purposes, all right, it is like natural for you to be able to accomplish more, and that's why the Bible says that one shall chase 1,000, and two shall put 10,000 to flight. All right, so we are expecting that once you have found your purpose, and you are now in a relationship with someone too whose purpose is similar to yours, in your lifetime you should be able to accomplish more together. But the danger of being in a relationship where purpose is not defined, or where purpose is not really a main thing, all right. Instead of even chasing 1,000 or 10,000 together, you may not even be able to chase one.
True.
All right.
True.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching today's video, and we believe it was helpful, and we also believe that there may be someone around or someone that this video can be helpful for. True. So do well to share the video, and of course like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, so you can get more inspiring content like this.